There can be a tendency, we have noticed this, I've noticed it in myself, to use meditation as a kind of a spiritual bypass, I think is the language that we know. To think of meditation, my original intention, part of it in meditation, is maybe meditation will take me away from certain parts of my psychological issues. I'll be able to somehow leap beyond them. And I think that's a misunderstanding of meditation, and that it takes a while to see that meditation is going to lead us in a direction of integrating more of our psychology, and helping us to own, but also to help us own a fuller range of what it means to be human. And the self-drama is only part of that. You know, it's not the only and defining part of who we are. The self is arising in a kind of a much larger matrix. You know, and but the two can work really well together. Psychotherapy can help clear out some things as well. Some of the places where we're holding and struggling, we can learn to relax and lighten around some of it, not take ourselves quite as seriously, not feel like we have to figure things out. That we're not all about the story that we've created, or the narratives that bind us.
And again, that is a huge relational shift. And we're learning how to relate to something in a very different way than our habit. You know, it took me years to figure out that I was analyzing on the cushion, because I really thought I was meditating. I was aware of what was happening. I was aware of how it felt. But there was a way that the mind was gnawing at it, like trying to get at some kind of resolution somehow, and it was doing this little maneuvering, and that was not clear. That seemed more like, oh, I'm on the object, I'm watching I see the thoughts, I see them. No, I was in it, trying to figure it out. Just what happens when you just go back and say thinking, or you write, you begin to, what does that particular thought feel like? Oh, like that. And then you begin to unbind from the story, from a felt experience perspective, not mind trying to figure it out, trying to find some better place, some happy ending of the story, right? But to unwind it here in the domain of the body, to unwind that thinking in the domain of the body and just let it, right? That's a very different experience than what I would teach when I'm sitting with a patient. Very different experience. Deeply meaningful for us to make sense of our story, and then to be able to unbind from it cognitively, but very different to understand, or to be aware of the cognition, and then to really land in the visceral experience of it. Right? And then work with that. Very different.
It's important to get clearer about our story and the effects of our early conditioning. And because our early conditioning can even affect the way we are approaching meditation.
Totally.
And we cannot be aware of how that's so. You know?
Our psychologies come on the cushion with us. Yeah. They certainly do.